Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you've been keeping an eye on the laptop market lately, you already know that 2026 has been just absolute chaos. We are seeing brand new AI chips dropping out of nowhere, crazy price fluctuations, and spec sheets that honestly read more like alphabet soup. But don't worry, because today we are going to cut right through all of that noise. I'm super excited to guide you through this because we're going to organize this chaotic market and find the absolute best machines for your specific needs using the hard data right in front of us. Let's get into it. So first things first, we've got to answer this massive question. What actually is the true sweet spot for a laptop right now in 2026? Well, the answer is definitively the 80,000 to 100,000 rupee range. Why? Because this is the exact bracket where you unlock premium desktop-class features, I'm talking dedicated AI processors and gorgeous high-end displays, without drastically overspending and creeping into that ultra-premium 1.5 lakh territory. It's basically the Goldilocks zone for value and performance. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll establish the 2026 baseline landscape, and then we'll dive right into the top picks for specific personas. We've got the Dell Pro Essential for business, top Asus models for programming, and those beastly RTX 5050 powerhouses for gaming. After that, we'll quickly tackle Mac versus Windows and wrap things up with a final buying verdict. All right, Section 1, the 2026 laptop landscape. Let's set our baseline expectations. Okay, so let's run through this checklist. If you're dropping 80 grand, you absolutely must look for an Intel Core Ultra series or a Ryzen AI series processor. Take the Ryzen AI series, for example. It comes with an NPU or neural processing unit that pushes out an incredible 50 TOPS of AI power. And what that actually means for you is you can run advanced AI assistants entirely locally. Your battery isn't going to instantly die, and you aren't completely reliant on the cloud. Also, 16 gigabytes of RAM that is totally non-negotiable in 2026 if you want to prevent system crashes during heavy multitasking. Add in a 512 gigabyte Gen 4 SSD, and hey, if you're doing any video or photo editing, make sure that screen hits 100% sRGB color accuracy. Moving right along to Section 2, the Dell Pro Essential for business. Now, if you're an office professional, we know your priorities are security and battery life way more than raw gaming power. Notice this really clear split in utility between Dell's 14-inch and 15-inch models. If you're constantly traveling or, sprinting between conference rooms, the 14-inch is incredibly portable. It starts at just 3.53 pounds. But if your day completely revolves around spreadsheets and data entry, you might want to just accept the slightly heavier 3.99-pound 15-inch model, because that 15-inch gives you the dedicated numeric keypad, which is an absolute lifesaver for financial work. Looking at the chassis itself, you get two really sleek professional options, carbon black and platinum silver. But definitely pay close attention to the build materials here. If you go for the 14-inch model, you get this exclusive option for an aluminum chassis. Not only does it feel super premium and durable, but that 14-inch aluminum version also includes a built-in privacy camera shutter. It's a brilliant little feature for those back-to-back video calls, or frankly, just to make sure your boss can't see you eating lunch at your desk. But you know what? What truly makes these essential for business are the internals. You are getting a hardware TPM security chip and a fingerprint reader right out of the box to protect your sensitive corporate data. Plus, thanks to Windows 11 Pro, Microsoft Intune, and Autopilot, IT departments can literally automate the entire configuration over the cloud. Your team can just open the box, connect to Wi-Fi, and instantly start working securely. It is incredibly efficient. All right, Section 3. Top Asus programming laptops. This one is for the coders and the students out there. So when you're programming, processing power is hands down your top priority. But which processor do you actually choose? Well, let's break it down. If your work involves heavy project compilation and writing code across multiple IDEs, Intel Core processors, like the Core Ultra 5, are fantastic because of their single-core speeds. On the flip side, if you're constantly spinning up multiple virtual machines or testing really complex back-end environments, AMD Ryzen processors are just absolute beasts for multitasking. If you want some incredible value, you've got to look at the Asus VivoBook 16. It comes in right around 70,990 rupees, sitting perfectly at the lower end of our sweet spot. The massive advantage here is that super spacious 16-inch FHD Plus display. For back-end developers, this means you can actually view your code and your documentation side by side. It drastically cuts down on the friction of constantly alt-tabbing and switching windows, which really helps keep you right in your flow state. Now, actually, let me pivot for a second. If you're a premium developer doing intensive data science or machine learning, I have to mention the Asus ZenBook S14. Yes, okay, at 134,990 it does dip over our one lot budget, but just look at what you're getting. An Intel Core Ultra 7 and a massive 32 GB of RAM. That extra memory is absolutely crucial. It ensures your local AI models or giant datasets aren't going to just crash your system in the middle of a breakthrough. Plus, it's packed into a stunning Serral aluminum chassis that weighs just 1.20 kilograms with whisper quiet cooling. It really is the ultimate machine for heavy workflows on the go. Okay, Section 4 RTX 5050 powerhouses. Let's talk gaming and creation. Okay, the absolute most crucial point here is this number, 115 watts. When you are buying a gaming laptop, looking at the GPU name just isn't enough anymore. Total Graphics Power, or TGP, is what actually dictates your real-world gaming performance. A laptop with an RTX 5050 running at a low wattage, that's just going to bottleneck your games and break your heart. But machines like the Asus TUF F16 push that RTX 5050 all the way up to 115 watts with dynamic boost, which gets you surprisingly close to desktop-like graphical performance. Right inside our budget, we've got three massive RTX 5050 contenders. The Asus TUF F16 gives you that incredible stability and the full 115-watt power we just talked about. Then there's the MSI Katana, which pairs the GPU with an Intel i7 and a buttery-smooth 140Hz display. And if you're into video editing, the Lenovo Loke paired with a Ryzen 7 gives you that vital 100% sRGB screen. And what makes all of these RTX 5050 machines so special is DLSS 4 and AI multi-frame generation. Basically, the AI is literally generating extra frames for you in real time. It lets you run AAA titles flawlessly, keeps the laptop cooler, and crushes heavy 3D rendering. It's basically magic. Section 5. MacBook Air versus Windows, the ultimate crossroads.
Let's just forget the fanboy wars for a minute and neutrally lay out the raw facts. The 2026 MacBook Air with the M5 chip is going to give you unmatched battery life, incredible build quality, and super smooth daily performance fueled by the new Apple Intelligence. If longevity and daily smoothness are what you're after, go Mac, for sure. But you absolutely need to stick to Windows if you plan to game, if you need specialized engineering or dev software that simply won't run on macOS, or if you just want to squeeze out more aggressive hardware specs for your budget.
And finally, Section 6, our final buying verdict. Let's talk strategy. We've covered a ton of ground today, so how do you actually go out and execute this purchase smartly? Take a look at this fantastic piece of community wisdom straight from Reddit. The golden rule of the 2026 laptop market is never ever pay sticker price. These machines are usually listed at 85,000 or 90,000 rupees, but as this user points out, if you stack coupon codes, utilize your credit card offers, and just wait for strategic windows like Back to College or Republic Day sales, you can easily knock 10,000 rupees right off the top. You can absolutely secure these powerful RTX 5050 or Core Ultra machines well within our 80,000 rupee sweet spot. So I'm going to leave you with this one final, provocative thought to help you make your decision. What is your primary use case? Are you optimizing for work, for code, or for gaming? You've got to be honest with yourself about your daily habits. Don't go buy a heavy gaming rig if you literally just need a spreadsheet machine. And definitely don't buy an ultra-thin laptop if you're trying to render 4K video. Reflect on your persona, use those discount codes we talked about, and go grab your perfect machine. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this helps you lock in your ideal 2026 laptop.